Morning friends, happy Friday, how you doing? In the usual manner, the British digital media titles are looking everywhere and anywhere for anything positive to say about Kate or William. Let's debunk this story together. How Prince William has upheld his promise to survivors of the Grenfell Tower fire. Grenfell Tower fire 2017, 72 people lost their lives in an apartment block fire. It's in West London, the Grenfell Tower. It's literally 20 minutes drive from Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace. It's right on the doorstep of the whole royal family. So what has William done to actually uphold his promise to those families that were destroyed by that fire? So in 2018, a year after, he went on a TV programme for a short period of time, DOI SOS, helping the people that have had to move to temporary accommodation because they lost their homes in the fire. Not much work, in my opinion. 2018, he went to the launch of a charity which seems unconnected to the Grenfell Tower fire, by the way. That charity was actually launched in 2017, so unsure why the launch of it was actually a year later. 2023, he went round the corner from the Grenfell Tower to visit a football club who allegedly supported victims of the Grenfell Tower fire in 2017. So, since 2017, he's literally done 3 things, 2 of which seem absolutely unconnected to the Grenfell Tower fire or the families there. Is that upholding a promise? 8 years down the line, he's done 3 things, 2 of which don't seem to be connected. I hate to be tough on the guy, but you've got to look behind these headlines to find out what really happened, because as we all know, the British non-working royal family are the masters of deflection. Comments are open as ever. Let me know what you think.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today, we're having a necessary conversation that cuts through the noise and challenges what we've been told by the British press for far too long. This isn't just about what the media shows us. It's about what they don't want us to ask. Let's get right into it. Because I have a very simple question for Prince William, the heir to the British throne. It's been 8 years since the Grenfell Tower tragedy. 8 long years. So what exactly has Prince William done for the survivors of Grenfell Tower in all that time? I mean, really, what concrete, measurable, lasting action has William taken? Because the media keeps telling us he's honored his promise. But when you look beyond the headlines, there's nothing there. No long-term programs, no major funding efforts, no ongoing initiatives led by William or Kate to directly benefit the victims and families still struggling after the fire. It's all vague, it's all fluff, empty words wrapped in polished PR. They want us to accept appearances and comforting words as action. But Grenfell survivors didn't need photo ops. They needed housing, they needed funding, they needed leadership. And 8 years later, many of them are still in temporary accommodation, still seeking justice, still feeling forgotten. So again, I ask, what has William actually done? Let's compare that to Meghan Markle, who didn't just show up to shake hands and move on. She quietly met with the women from the Hub Community Kitchen. Women who lost their homes, their friends, their families. Meghan didn't just offer sympathy. She listened, and she built something. She helped publish a cookbook called Together, created hand in hand with the women of Grenfell. That book raised over £500,000, and that money didn't disappear into royal admin costs. It went straight into helping rebuild lives. The kitchen got renovated. The women gained independence. The community found strength again. Meghan's involvement didn't last a day. It's lasted years, and she's no longer a working royal. She lives thousands of miles away, yet her impact is still felt. Now tell me, why is the media not celebrating that? Instead, they attack her. They twist her kindness into something ugly. They label her efforts as self-promotion while praising William for simply showing up once every few years to make a statement and leave. The hypocrisy is glaring. And just when you think the British media couldn't be more transparent in their double standards, what do? They turn around and write an article claiming that Prince William and Kate Middleton's attitude has reportedly changed, and now palace staff are losing patience with them. Imagine that. Even insiders are fed up with how difficult the golden couple have become. Now, if that had been Meghan and Harry, front page scandal, screaming headlines about diva behavior, round-the-clock pundits trashing them for disrespecting royal aides. But when it's William and Kate, it's politely brushed under the rug or written off as stress or pressure. Convenient, isn't it? And yet, it's Harry and Meghan who've been dragged through the mud for years. For what? Leaving a toxic institution? Wanting to raise their children in peace? Speaking out about mistreatment? That's not betrayal, that's survival. And now, something incredible is happening. The public is starting to stand up for Harry and Meghan. People are finally waking up to the game the media has been playing. More and more voices are pushing back. They're seeing through the smears, the manipulation, the one-sided narratives. They're seeing who's actually doing the work and who's hiding behind a palace wall of excuses. It's time for the British media to come to terms with a very simple fact. Harry and Meghan are not coming back. They've built a life of purpose outside of the royal bubble. They're thriving, they're free. And honestly, no amount of smear campaigns, hit pieces, or desperate royal commentary is going to drag them back to a system that treated them like villains for being different. And thank God for that. Because just look at the contrast. William and Kate have all the power, all the resources, all the protection, and yet they've done so little with it. The Grenfell victims are still waiting, communities are still suffering, and William's legacy remains, frankly, empty. Kate's busy at museums, wearing designer gowns and curating her image, but what is she really doing for the British people? For the working class? For the grieving? For the families still begging for justice after Grenfell? Meghan, on the other hand, left with nothing but her voice and still made more impact than the palace ever let her. That's the truth. And Harry? He chose love. He chose honesty. He chose integrity over privilege, and that's a decision more people are starting to admire, not criticize. The palace knows it, the media knows it, and now the public is waking up too. Let's go back to Grenfell. 8 years on, and still no justice, still no accountability, still no royal-led initiative to ensure nothing like it ever happens again. William could have stepped in, Kate could have partnered with community leaders, but they didn't, and they still haven't. Instead, the press gives us smoke and mirrors, a few carefully selected quotes, a few images of William at a memorial, a soft puff piece about how he hasn't forgotten. But forgetting isn't the problem. Doing nothing is the problem, and we are done being quiet about it. When survivors cry out for help and the royal family remains silent, that's not leadership. That's negligence. And it's time we stop rewarding that. We've seen what real compassion looks like. We've seen it in Meghan's cookbook, in Harry's advocacy, in the way they keep showing up. No titles, no fanfare, just heart. Harry and Meghan are, without question, the real working royals. They are what true leadership looks like in this century. Authentic, unfiltered, engaged, and compassionate. They lead by example, not entitlement. They don't just wear crowns, they carry burdens, they serve communities, they take risks for what's right. They didn't need to stay in the palace to be effective. In fact, leaving made them more effective, because they were no longer controlled by image consultants, handlers, or headlines. They could finally be themselves, and the work speaks louder than the noise. So the next time someone tries to convince you that William and Kate are the future of a modern monarchy, ask them this. What have they actually done for the people who needed them the most? And then remember this. Harry and Meghan didn't walk away from the royal family. They walked toward freedom, toward impact, toward truth, and they're not coming back. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's keep speaking up, keep pushing back, and keep demanding better from those who claim to lead.